Welcome back to Fnatic vs EXCEL, where we were discussing what music we listen to while doing bench press. Vedi, any thoughts?
Yeah, I listen to EDM music. I don't know why you don't believe me. Why are you...
I listen to Baby Metal, okay? Great band. You should listen to Baby Metal.
Unbelievable.
I've just heard some great conversation.
You're just happy to be here.
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
you?
just happy to be here.
All right.
Just here so you don't get fined. Anyway, game one was pretty one-sided there for EXCEL over Fnatic. We'll see if Fnatic can strike back in game two. A lot for them to do. And I'm actually not quite sure what side they selected. Do you guys know?
Blue.
They're on blue side?
Yeah, I do my job properly.
Wow. It's a bit aggressive, I feel.
It's just annoyed because I had to carry him in solo queue earlier today.
Oh my word.
Yeah, his Rakan was pretty
really?
good. I think Carrier was team viewed on his PC though.
Yeah, that was the problem.
We're a good duo. We're a good bot lane duo.
Good casting duo as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having doubts right now. There seems to be a lot of animosity.
This is our way of showing
here.
affection for one another.
I see.
Words of affection.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Isn't
ways
there words
of,
affirmation?
I mean, that's also one, I'm sure.
No, that's the same thing.
No, because affirming someone is not the same as being affectionate. I can say, you're really good at something. Or I can say, hey, Vedi, I really like your eyes. Two entirely different things right there, you know?
Well, one's just a compliment.
Yeah, one's words
The
of
other one is
affection.
words of affirmation.
I'm affirming that you're really good at something.
I'm affirming that.
Please start the draft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you press the button, please, Mark?
Yeah, I
Fnatic
did.
now on the blue side. We'll see if they get rid of that LeBlanc, or if EXCEL will have to ban it on the red side so that Fnatic don't get it for first pick.
Yeah.
I will
This is
say,
normally, like, I watch your co-streams a lot, Caedrel. Normally you're listing off like 7 different champions.
he doesn't have his epic pen, Vedius.
Right,
So
my
yes.
epic pen. If I have my epic
Draw
pen,
the
I'll go
screen.
wild.
I will
I'll
say,
go wild.
Fnatic have a trend of banning Kaisa blue side, which is not something we see other teams do, and kind of implies they don't really want to play her too much. Now they've added the LeBlanc to their blue side bans, and I'll say it seems to be a little bit of a struggle for them in the draft that they have this crutch that they have to rely on. The Poppy and the Xayah now removed by EXCEL as well, but they have a lot of freedom because they don't have to get rid of the OPs.
It's a valid question. Does Noah play Kai'Sa really? You know, he's got one game on it against SK where he went 2-0 and they lost, but I think he definitely does. But they must have some other strategy up their sleeve. That's why the Xayah bans come through. So maybe Varus is going to be another priority pick. We saw the Ezreal from Patrik. Kalista could be another one with that Poppy ban early. You might look at something like the Kalista, but Jayce is open, Maokai is open. What is going to be the last ban here from EXCEL? I think Jayce would be a bit of a mistake to give over. But then they get Maokai and Tristana's up, so you have AD mid. So they're going to ban Trundle, and I guess they're just going to deny whatever the pairing is that Fnatic go for. I think Fnatic should go Maokai though. If Jayce and Tristana are up, I'd be surprised if they go for Jayce. And they
Couldn't
have
you go
was gonna
Jayce
say-
Sejuani?
Well, so no, I actually think it's Jayce Ivern.
Oh, true.
Oh, Rumble Maokai though in a team fight, especially with a Tristana on 3. I think Fnatic should have really gone
Good
for the
call on the
Maokai,
Ivern.
but yeah, Jayce Ivern, I think that's what they ran yesterday, wasn't it, in one of the games? They ran a Jayce Ivern game. Ornn picked up instantly for Oscar into Odoamne's Rumble. How long has it been since we've seen Odoamne on a Rumble?
I'm pretty sure you played
Well,
in
it was round 1 of groups. He was like the first person to bring it out and remind everyone, hey, I'm pretty good at Rumble. I'm wondering what, like, do they just do the Tristana here?
What
if you're
AD
EXCEL?
mids does Abbedagge have? He needs
Yeah,
AD.
go on, Abbedagge. Go
100%.
on, do it. Go on, you won't.
That's like Vedi in front of the TV watching football. Go on!
Sag.
Eddie watching the football. He's a rugby man.
True, I am actually. I was optimistic, but no, we will see Tristana. So far, this is about as meta can be. 2 teamfight compositions, a little bit more damage in the top side of the map for EXCEL. But now, because EXCEL have priority on AD carry, they can actually pinch that role, and then they can lock in something depending on what is left over. With the Varus being removed, they might even go for a Kalista, maybe, but against...
Nah, no way.
Yeah, nah, it's a little sketchy versus Fnatic's composition.
Yeah, I think Rakan is really important now with Poppy being banned away. Nautilus is another one, but I think Braum is also really good, especially if EXCEL are running double AD carry.
That's a good point, Braum, yeah.
Like a Phelios Braum for EXCEL, that draft, against Ornn especially, rounded out quite nicely.
And the Braum, I think the Rakan does give you a bit more follow-up on the Maokai and the Equalizer. Like, if you charm someone, they're just all locked up on that Equalizer.
I think they need to ban Rakan here if they don't want to play it. And they've actually banned the Phelios, so I'm a bit confused here, because if EXCEL give over Rakan, I think Fnatic will instantly pick that one up. They ban Nautilus. Braum Rakan should be favored, right? And now you sit here wondering what AD as well now that the Aphelios is down. So maybe they are playing some kind of Kalista, but into Ornn, I feel like it's quite difficult to play fights overall. The instant slow on the ult. Ashe is another one that you could expect with the engage already.
I'm also wondering if Fnatic might flex to something like Zeri, just to mix up their damage profile a little bit. We have seen Noah on it a couple of times, and you can go the static Shiv mixed AP build.
I think Braum blind here is really good,
I agree.
but I think Fnatic have set up a trap. Maybe they've got a Melio lane prepared.
I was thinking Melio myself,
especially against Maokai Rumble. I think Melio
Cog would give you that mixed damage that you're looking for a little bit.
This Kalista, I'm not so sure if it's good. Patrick squinting his eyes. Maybe they're discussing whether they want to go Kalista. The AD pool is pinched a hell of a lot, but I think a Melio lane is going to do pretty well here.
I think a Jinx could also be decent.
Alistar instead, a bit safer. It also limits Alistar. Last week was absolutely sublime, so no surprises that he is comfortable on that champ. Where will Fnatic go, though, is the next question that springs to mind.
Ezreal Braum could work. Easy 4-5, safe. I think they could play it risky with the range.
I have a feeling they're going to do Jinx Braum, to be honest.
They did play Jinx Thresh as well. Jinx Thresh, Ezreal Braum, or some Melio lane, I think, is the 3 options that they probably have.
Yeah, I agree. I'd actually love Melio into Maokai. I think it could be really good.
Now we're very experienced on the Ezreal. Has second most played all time, 65% win rate on it over 20 games. Obviously, some of those games coming in ERLs and in Challenger League, but still very comfortable on the champ.
And they've picked Ezreal into Alistar, which is quite smart. I think Noah should be safe up against Alistar. I don't think EXCEL have a choice. I don't think they kind of have to go for Kalista or something, because they're going to play something like Ashe Alistar. I'm not really sure what the Ashe is going to do. Sivir
was the other one I was thinking about, but I don't know.
Yeah. Bit of a tough one. Oh, Patrik, go on.
You can't.
What would you say, Betty? Go on.
I mean, go on, mate. You wouldn't.
Go on, mate.
Go on, you would.
Go on, mate. Bet.
Kalista. They have to go Kalista and Snowball bots, but I feel like Fnatic's comp is so long range and so good at shutting down Kalista. I'm a bit worried, but I said this last game. I said Fnatic's draft last game was pretty good, but then LeBlanc just solo-handedly took over the game, so let's see what happens in the main phase.
I think the thing about Fnatic's comp is, I think with poke comps, it's really important that you can be first on an objective so that you can actually leverage your poke. Force your opposition to walk into you so that you can, you know, poke them. The problem with that is Maokai's ultimate is really good at just forcing you off of objectives. So even if Fnatic are able to get first to the dragon, it's so easy for EXCEL to reclaim that space once they drop that Maokai ultimate. And it's not like they're relying on the Maokai for engage, given that they do have Kalista Alistar as a bot lane as well.
I think the main issue with the Maokai ultimate into a Braum is he puts up the shield and everyone stands behind him, right?
Also
and
true.
That always becomes a bit tricky if Fnatic are well coordinated around an objective that they can just stop you from actually managing.
Look behind you.
Get onto a fight. I am looking behind me. There's pizzas.
There's pizzas everywhere.
But no one, like the audience out there, can't see it.
They just spawned like 100 pizzas.
Just 100 pizzas on the side.
What happened there? That's crazy.
At least
here for the pizzas.
Could be a thing that you're not supposed to talk about.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. You were in the meetings. You were there. Fnatic versus EXCEL. Huge game for EXCEL. If they can win this, they're just one win away from making it to the season's finals. We are going to hear it backstage from Trouble, who's standing by.
Thank you very much, Medic. I'm here with Hidden. Congrats on the 1-0 so far. Now, I spoke with Abbedagge earlier, and he told me, you know what? We've seen the same tendencies from Fnatic 2 weeks in a row. Nothing surprising. Any surprising in the way they play or the draft so far from Fnatic?
I mean, nothing too surprising. No, we did good scouting, and we're happy with the first win, but the job's not finished.
And something else, people say that Peach looks really good on the likes of Maokai and Sejuani.
Yeah.
Do these two get taken away? Shall we expect something a little bit more aggressive, maybe?
I mean, you saw his Lee, you've seen his Viego. There's other picks in the back, so if they choose to take them out, we will find something else.
All right, can't wait for that one. Good luck, Hidden. Over back to you guys in the game.
I regret to inform you that Caedrel has been fired.
Sharing
Sharing confidential information.
I didn't know it was confidential.
Nah, it's all right. It's fine. It's all good.
But what isn't confidential is that ward, because Peach hit it. Huh? You like that?
Yeah, true.
True. Great segue.
Yeah,
It's like a wits end joke all over again.
My wits end joke was a banger.
That was a good joke.
Wasn't a banger.
That was
Stop
a good.
enabling
Vedi
him,
is
Vedi.
just
If you
a
haven't watched
hater.
Euphoria yet,
Vedi's a hater.
do.
You're in for a trip.
You'll get
I can
two
promise
casters
you.
selling out a product that they're working on.
Anyway, do you guys want to talk a little bit about the early games here? Like, often in draft, when we're not talking about pizzas, we'll talk about prio. Who's going to get pushed in the lane? Where do we expect the junglers to go? Do you want to do any of that for this game, or are we good?
Why wouldn't we? Why has this suddenly come on that we're gonna not do
Talk
it?
to me about Ivern pathing. You're always so smart.
Oh, okay. Actually, I want to. Can we check if I'm gonna check with myself because I'm in the game? Oh no, he killed the blast cone. Sad. There's an Ivern tech where you can. Oh no, he didn't kill the blast cone. Yes. So let's watch Razork. He's gonna go towards Crux here. Mark the Crux, and I think did he mark his top camps? Yes, he did. He marked blue and wolves. Interesting enough.
Okay.
So the Ivern tech is this: you walk up the blast cone, you Q. The blue buff, you blast cone over to the wolves, mark the wolves, and then fly over to the blue buff.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do that tech, he's a bad Ivern.
Okay.
I decided.
Wow.
Here we go.
Does he use the blast cone
Whole
tech?
series rests on this moment for Razork.
Does he use the blast cone tech?
Okay, so you walk up to
You
the blast
Q
cone,
the blue
buff.
blast cone over,
Q it.
take the wolves.
No!
There
oh,
it
he
is.
did, yes!
Boom!
Oh!
That's the Ivern tech. He's a good Ivern. And now he smites the Gromp, gets level 3, and goes bot side. My Ivern seal of approval, complete.
Wow. See, I knew you were a smart Ivern player. Look at you.
My one trick.
I mean, I've
Very
also seen
insightful.
people just complain about it a lot on Twitter when people don't do it, so...
I see, I see.
My one trick.
How insightful. Thank you for that, Caedrel.
And now I have smite up again for the next crab.
Will be spotted on this ward that Abbedagge placed.
Look at this Ivern clear though. It's crazy, isn't it? It's going to be a 3 minutes clear. And then he's going to walk into the bot side. Maokai still has to do his Gromp. And now he's going to walk into bot side river perhaps, shield the Braum, smite away the crab. He could also, Ivern mind games, just mark it, force out Maokai with his support, and then try and smite the top side one. It depends how much bot prio he has. Right now it looks like EXCEL have the wave in. So I think it'll be a bit risky for Razork to try and take this one away. Could try and sneak it though. It's just spawned in about 10 seconds. And Peach just finishing his Gromp. Yeah, he won't be able to take this one. You go top.
There he goes. Just lolloping through the mid lane there. Peach will be able to take the bot side. Scuttle Crab, and in the end, both the clears, although Razork's finished slightly earlier, will end up after the first clear on an even keel.
Do you know my fun Ivern story?
Oh, yeah.
One time. Oh, hang on
Oh.
a second. Peach looking for a play in mid.
Humanoid. Oh, he jumps in, go down. Abbedagge jumps forward and immediately realizes that might not have been the best idea.
He just sent a message.
Yeah.
The message was,
I have no flash.
Dear Humanoid, my flash ceases to be. And Razork, he's looking for a little bit
Whoa,
more.
Ash Recall, like Humanoid's going to get that gap close in as Peach trying to get away. He doesn't have the flash knocked back. As Razork takes the kill. Now the trigger seed coming out from Humanoid. Zolo tracing the top lane with Oscarinin. Abbedagge is able to jump across the wall. Odo continues to put the damage down on the Ornn.
Big kill over to Fnatic in this early game. Nice first blood. Oscar might have the flash unless he gets the
He's
proc
got
there
the
with
Ivern.
grass. He's got the null magic as well that he's crafted up as the Ornn. But yeah, Razork didn't smite the crab. Went for the... He's got smite up in one. He went for the contest on the Raptors and actually flash queued the Maokai. Unfortunately, Humanoid was in ranged form, so he didn't actually get that much distance, but he did have the range for hammer form. And then the Q managed to get the kill onto the Maokai. Surprised Peach didn't flash away earlier, though. He got knocked over the wall. I feel like he would have flashed after around this point when the Jayce goes hammer form.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they stuck to the fight. The damage was good there from Fnatic's mid-jungle duo. They put Humanoid off to a good start. They forced Abbedagge out of the fight. Remember that they did get his flash earlier as well. Razork counter jungles a lot of the top side. Now Peach may be in some danger. Does have the flash, of course.
Have to use it to escape this.
Does he?
Ella's breath
think
coming
he
out.
does.
Peach trying to turn it in. Odoamne pushes the wave in and flashes forward. Oscarinin flashes away. Peach still chasing. The Bramble smash back into the trigger shield. Odoamne able to trade back onto Razork though, and in the end, meanwhile in the mid lane, a move from the EXCEL bot lane just gets them another kill, and after a bad start for EXCEL, they're now in the lead.
Wow, okay, so a lot just happened. Peach tries to get some of the camps back, so he invades in the topside jungle. He then gets collapsed on by Razork and Oscarinin. Odoamne reminds everyone, hey, my Rumble pretty good. Immediately follow-ups on Peach to offer support. And then let's have a look exactly at what happened here in the bot lane. Well, from the bot lane, I should say.
They've moved towards mid. I think they have already based here because Patrik, I think, has a recurve bro longsword. Humanoid no flash after the combo, and then Patrik just flash Qs. Nice land there. Abbedagge also rocket jumping forward gets the reset, so winning out on this top side of the map.
And they get bot lane ahead by going mid. Is that the future tech, perhaps, with Kalista lanes? Don't bother playing into the lane, just bring the lane out and look for plays everywhere else.
Just gank everyone.
Yeah.
Bot lane roll. 4 summoner spells and can gank lanes. Very balanced. This Patrik tries to dash forwards there.
Wow, your argument is that 4 summoners, you know, there's also like 6 summoner spells on the top side of the map.
Matter. 1 lane, 4 summoners.
It's a
Very
YouTube video I
imbalanced.
would watch.
Yeah.
EXCEL now have to deal with Razork coming down towards this bottom side. Patrik looking for some damage, no flash on him as Limit goes forward, and Limit now realizes it's a 3v2, but not for long as Peach looks to join the fight. The stun onto Trymbi as he flashes away. In the end, Summoner's burnt out of Fnatic. Their flash on Trymbi and the Ignite.
So both junglers getting involved in the bot lane skirmish. Peach primarily there to cover, or is Razork looking to punish? Nothing really comes off the back of it except for Trymbi losing both of his summoner spells.
Maybe Limit can Hex Flash over there and look for a combo.
Odo just looking to win this. Like, Odo is so experienced on this Rumble, and Oscarinin feeling the bad side of the burn there. Odo, all time, 35 wins, 20 losses on this champ. And it's a surprise to see it get through draft like this. He's definitely in control of this lane right now. The question is whether he can then migrate that to the rest of the map later on, because right now, it seems like we'll have a fight around the dragon.
Peach is level 5, Razork's level 6. I think they're just going to have to give their EXCEL kind of leashing it. Does
X-Flash.
Limit.
Oh, Limit. 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 You're meant to do the combo WQ, not just the W, as Trymbi is able to get away.
What is going on right now? Okay, Humanoid and Razork stayed on the dragons. They will secure that objective. Trymbi just going to get punted back by Limit. I did enjoy watching Patrik, Abbedagge, and Limit all come over the wall. But not going to result in a huge amount for EXCEL. The gold remains dead even here, and Fnatic definitely much more alive in the early game compared to game 1. Humanoid trying to unlock himself on the map a little bit more, does have a small gold lead. But alright, overall relatively even as Fnatic secure the first dragon. Now we have to draw our eyes towards the first herald of the game.
Maybe they're dive for here, but Alistar level 6. Nice E away from Noah. A lot of chunk damage. Razork's around. Humanoid has mid push too. They only have one rage
now
creep
as well. The last time Fnatic died like this, it went very poorly for them. Limit so low. We're trying to bait them. Humanoid coming in with that shock blast. Acceleration gate. Patrik tanks it. Unbreakable used by Limit. Patrik tanking everything.
Oh, they kept him alive. Oh, he dodged it. He's still alive. It went in. What? They're still alive.
Limit will fall, but Odo's TP finds 2 for EXCEL.
An insane play, but the action isn't over yet.
Abbedagge with a good knockback with a buster shot. Odoamne now coming in from the side as well. Razork and Humanoid will be forced away. Meanwhile, Peach on the Rift Herald as Oscarinin pushes in top.
Patrik and Limit. That is a gold star performance if I've ever seen one. Humanoid will go for a bit of a trade onto Abbedagge, but wow. Game 1, they were able to circumvent the dive from Fnatic. Game 2, they do the same thing. The TP in from Odoamne was a much needed one as it secures EXCEL 2 kills. Let's look back at this play.
I thought they were dead for sure. I mean, look at Limit health. He gets hit by the Ivern Q here. Ezreal Q, Braum Q, and a second an Ivern Q's gonna land. Jayce has Shock Blast. They have Ezreal Q's as well. So you'll see it here. Ivern Q lands. Shock Blast lands. He ults it to get out of the CC. Q hits. Patrik gets autoed. The W goes onto Limit. He ults the auto attack in the Q.
My God.
And then he goes in. Dodges the Q again there, Patrik on the backstep. Limit goes in, gets the Q. Gets a little bit of healing. Noah luckily gets 2 auto attacks in there, or the creeps finish him off, but the amount of skill shots there were... Oh, toys in the audience. Oh, I should not a fan of that play.
What a move from the EXCEL bot lane once again. Fnatic feeling the pain that can come with a botch dive. A Rift Herald was picked up for Peach, hasn't been placed as of yet. Odo now 3-0 with a 1,000 gold lead on that Rumble. And Fnatic, they do have the poke. They do have a lot of pressure as the game goes on. They have Humanoid on his Jayce as well, a very comfortable champion for him. Only lost 1 game in summer on that pick. Question is, can they stabilize from here? It still is only 1,000 gold lead for EXCEL, nowhere near as big as it was in game 1, but it's the consistency of the outplay for EXCEL that should bring their fans hope. Nature's Grasp being used here. There's the equalizer as well into the Twisted Advance, and Humanoid is just locked up. And in a side lane, Humanoid dies.
And he flashed as well.
I love playing the game. Do you love playing the game?
I love moving. I mean, I think he should have flashed the Maokai ult perhaps, but yeah, the second that lands, he's chained CC'd and died. The flash was a bit useless towards the end there.
Yeah, Humanoid was not having a lot of fun there. That's the problem with Maokai, man. That's a lot of chain CC. Peach now completing the Demonic Embrace. EXCEL, once again, have been able to swing this game in their favor. 1.5k gold lead is definitely nothing to write home about. Peach makes his way up towards top lane, though. Patrik has ulti. It's a hard lane to gank, though. Ezreal Braum is very defensive. So I think Peach mainly just moving topside to clear his camps and offer a bit of protection.
Humanoid started to move from mid there as well, was spotted on a ward, and as you say, it feels like more safety from Peach rather than looking for any action himself as Trymbi now steps in.
I would love for Fnatic to try and use this top TP advantage. Because EXCEL are going to play hard topside with their 4-man, right? And Odoamne is playing in isolation. Oscar has TP advantage. If they keep the lanes matched like this, I think EXCEL could be in trouble. See if they go for a mismatch here and just try and avoid the Ezreal, but basing on this wave is going to suck for Patrik. And yeah, we'll see if Fnatic can use that TP advantage. Limits onto base. Dragon spawning in 40. Patrik stopped his recall to catch this wave, but I think that if he goes for that wave, he's going to get dove. So what is he really achieving here? Dragon's up in 30. Waiting for Fnatic to back off, perhaps, and he's in a show. Waiting for the Daisy to die. We'll get the last hit, maybe.
Not quite. Patrik gets the stop on the recall there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Riftail has been put down. I didn't see earlier. Does Abbedagge not running the Demolish? So won't be able to take down another plate out of that charge, but still gets quite a bit of damage down. Explosive charge going down. EXCEL are in a scenario now where all of them wanted to set up for Dragon. Limits ran down towards the bot side, but look where Patrik is. He still needs to base and run down. Maybe he needed gold for his Blade of the Ruined King, and that's why he didn't want to reset. He's got 1.4k, so he should be able to pick it up no matter what. And we'll see if EXCEL can stall this with their saplings. Fnatic will know that Kalista overstayed top, and they should be able to force this one down. Abbedagge is taking a reset. Might have some kind of Berserker Greaves in base on the TP back. Let's track Odo moving where he TPs. Patrik still quite far away. Miles away. There's the Nature's Grasp. Odo looking for that equalizer as well. The Dragon low and Peach takes it. It's a heist from EXCEL as they look for more. Trymbi burning, tries to flash away but can't escape. Abbedagge now on the reset as Peach flash twisted advance. Razork might die to the explosive charge. He does. And it's hop, skip and a jump for EXCEL into the lead.
Wow, another team fight victory for EXCEL.
Limit's gonna Hex Flash.
The setup looks so good for Fnatic. The fact that Patrik was so far away from the fight, but it was EXCEL that initiated that fight, and all comes back down to this Maokai ultimate. How many times have we said it? How many times have we seen it around these neutral objectives? It is just too powerful, and Fnatic could not respond.
And with Maokai open, and Jayce open, and Tristana open, you always feel like the Maokai might be favored. For this reason entirely, the Maokai Rumble. This was a 4v5. Kalista is not even there. He's just gone past the base gates. Maokai ult lands, Rumble ult lands, Limits combo here, W's to Braum, and then Q flashes on top of the equalizer. Razork's out to fight. Trymbi doesn't really have any defense, no damage to help push them back. Abbedagge lands the flash forwards with the ult and the E explosion onto Razork, and then Noah's dead, so EXCEL in a 4v5 win. Patrik says, guys, I've got Blade of the Ruined King, I'm coming, and instead I'll just push bot.
It's, I feel like I've said it a few times now, but wow. What a performance from EXCEL. Where has this team been all year? Obviously, they've made a number of roster changes. They've had to find the formula, but 10th to now top 3, looking to cement themselves as a top 2 team in the Summer Split and lock a spot in season finals. The evolution from this team has been absolutely phenomenal.
It really has, and this is the first time in a long time we see Odoamne on the Rumble, 3,000 gold ahead. You know, in the Joker where he's like, you wouldn't get it. You know, you've seen Rumble, Odoamne play Rumble for so long. It's a classic. If you've watched the LEC since 2015, 2016, then you'll know it's one of his staples. And
no skin, of course, because skins weren't out back in his day. He doesn't know what Rumble looks like with the skin.
Based.
Of course, he did play against Mad Lions as well. Did have a couple of good games there earlier in summer, but it has been a while since we've really seen this amount of domination from Odoamne on the Rumble. Now, once again, EXCEL looking for that objective control that they have come to be known for across the last couple of weeks. Oh, that's not enough.
Medic didn't even flinch.
I don't, you know, a part of that is, you know, I've seen enough of them. I'm just, you know, dead inside to them. It's just like, yeah.
What, so if you'd have got it, you'd be like, well,
yeah, cool.
No one steals the Herald.
Nice.
Unfortunate,
Noah,
yeah.
you know. Sad.
Oscar, does he have W for the combo? No.
Nope. Might have it for the stun to follow up. The Bellows Breath used alongside the flash. Odoamne could chase with the Electro Harpoons, but decides against it. A 5,000 gold lead now for EXCEL, 16 minutes into this game. And Fnatic, in the last game, we saw them start to become a little bit desperate around this point. Look for bush ganks, look for people being caught out of position on rotations. They can look for that once again, but it feels like perhaps that's all they can really look for. Oscarinin calls down the ball, the Ram, in fact, and dies for it. But now Humanoid looking to collapse Patrik here as well, and Humanoid might have just gone into his demise. Clears out the wave, Odo tanks now. Limit will do so. The knockback on Limit is good. Humanoid flashes away, trying to trade onto Odoamne, and that's perfect Perfectly played from Humanoid as he finds the shutdown.
That really was perfectly played. Weaving in and out his spells. Basically flawless, as we'll maybe see a replay. I think instantly killed the ward, knocked away the Alistar on the W, flashed the Q, knock up, and then managed to get the kill onto Odoamne. So really well played from the mid laner of Fnatic there to get a kill.
Humanoid's Jayce has been something that, you read the comments and support from fans. They believe that you wouldn't get to see this anymore so far in this tournament. Humanoid's Jayce has been a masterclass on the champion. And while, of course, so far things have been difficult for Fnatic, he continues to have a good performance where he can. And a great outplay from him in the bot lane. Maybe he could be their saving grace, but of course 5k gold down. It's going to be a difficult mountain to climb as we got to look back at this play.
Yeah, so here's the dive. Oscar pulls in the ultimate, but then limits. He's going to get knocked down.
Oh, sorry.
Then he puts some confetti. Anyway, my bad. Humanoid lands the QE combo, uses the W to kill the ward. Then he goes into hammer form and kills the wave off. And after that, he's going to knock away the Alistar on the WQ. Then he's going to flash the knock-up from limit, and then get the weave-in autos onto Odo with another shock blast. So well played from him to get 900 gold. There's the confetti.
I thought you were going to do the one that we have aptly named Dumpster Fire.
No.
Decided for confetti instead.
That's for later.
Fight up towards the top side right now as Odoamne pushes in. Bot does have the TP. Noah looking for the damage across the wall. He can dash forward, knowing that only Patrik and Limit are here to defend. All Fnatic, 5 members strong. Pushing through mid right now. The Dragon up in 2 seconds time. Fnatic get mid prio for it. Abbedagge does have the TP to join back up with his team. Peach flashes away here. Patrik with the cleanse. Peach stunned up and down to half HP. The Ignite ticks on him. But Odo, he's waiting in the bush. He's hiding. Will you go down to the woods tonight, Fnatic? You might be in for a big surprise if you walk down that river.
There's Maokai ult. They have flash combo on Alistar, no flash on Jayce. Fnatic are going to get wiped, I feel like, if they walk in here unless they find a pick first. Looking for Patrik, no cleanse. Q's not going to land. There's the Ornn ult, though.
Caedrel will flash this. Takes a bit of damage with that accelerated shock blast. Nature's Grasp now coming in from Peach as they look for the chase. Only landing onto one. The equalizer not perfectly placed, but Limit lands. A double man knockup, and now Patrik has the time to open up alongside Abbedagge. The Fate's Call coming in, and the knockup straight down. And Fnatic go down into the grave. EXCEL get 4 and lose nothing for it.
EXCEL just continue to dominate in the team fights. Fnatic, they tried to find a pick onto Patrik, but the moment that engage tool from Oscarinin was used, Peach saw his window, he threw down the ultimate, and it just became a chasing game for EXCEL. Look at this, you'll see them trying to catch Patrik out here. He's isolated away from his team, but of course he does have the flash. And then look at Patrik, immediately sees the window, throws the ultimate down. Odoamne knows the assignment, lays the red carpet, and who's he laying it for? Limit. Look at this beautiful engage. 3-man knockup. Makes it easy for Abbedagge to get that initial jump in, gets the second reset, and all Fnatic can do is run to the base. That provides no safety as EXCEL find themselves 4 kills.
Yeah, you can see the damage that the double AD carry can do, but Odoamne, even with the equalizer only landing onto the Ornn, he manages to pull out 3k damage with the overheat and the Q, just running them down, nothing to stop him in his tracks. And really good chase potential again from EXCEL's comp, similar to that game 1. Now Baron's up, double AD carry should be an easy Baron, especially with the Kalista rent, with that Guinsoo's and the Blade. It's just a case of when they want to start it up. Sweep out this vision, push out both top and mid, and wait for Peach to come out of base.
EXCEL in firm control of this game now, 8,000 gold ahead. Looking to go 2-0 up. Reminder, if you've joined us late or if you haven't been following along, if EXCEL win this series, they are into the season finals, where our top 6 teams from throughout the year battle for 4 seeds to Worlds. No one qualified for Worlds as of yet. You have to win at least 1 series in the season finals to make it to Worlds. If EXCEL lose this series, not only are they out of the season finals, but Koi will qualify to the season finals. I have also been informed whoever wins this series, whether it be Fnatic or EXCEL, will be in the upper bracket of our season finals, which does give you that double elimination. A little bit of an easier road to our top 4. Gives you that second chance. EXCEL now setting up around the Baron. Odo has the TP and the equalizer and 2.5 items to boot. He's in a very powerful position. Patrik, no flash, no cleanse. They have to play a little bit safely around that AD carry, a little bit tentatively as Fnatic now start to wander into the jungle. Oh, Noah knocked up. Call of the Forge God coming out. Noah will use the dash away. Patrik will be be able to walk away from that call of the Forge God. The root only landing onto one. Twisted advance forward as EXCEL look for the fight. It's only onto the tank, but Fnatic have to abandon him, and the damage is ticking on him. Limit thrown in. And another kill over as Odoamne now needs to try and escape, doesn't have the flash, but he turns back around with the flames, and he spits fire onto Fnatic. Trymbi falls, and now Abbedagge is feeling himself as he dashes forward. EXCEL find 3. Importantly, they kill off the jungler, but the poke still alive for Fnatic.
How much can they get done?
Oh,
True
not
Shock
too much
Barrage
now.
is good. Shock Blast is good. Patrik has the red buff. And a little bit of lifesteal. This Baron could be a startup here, but Oscar has TP in 10. They need to get this down quick. What's Abbedagge doing? I think he's trying to get the plant, so they're actually going to go for this. This is very risky. Abbedagge might have to jump backwards here, so he's going to be completely zoned away. Maybe he's going to die. Oh, the Shock Blast so close.
I mean, Humanoid should be able to kill him off. Flashes forward. Oh, Buster shot enough to keep Abbedagge alive. The rest of EXCEL now on that Baron. Patrik has a honey fruit to eat. Limit. Looking for the Suns across the wall. The saplings helping out.
Maokai
as
back up.
TP's in. Nature's Grass has been popped. Humanoid forced away. Odo joins the fight as he secures the Baron alongside Peach. Humanoid's going to try and back away. Limit knocks him up. The equalizer comes down, and Humanoid falls once again. EXCEL with as clean an execution as can be expected in the situation, take the Baron. And an 11,000 gold lead here, Vedi.
17 kills to 4, 11,000 the goal lead. And once again, we're only 23 minutes in. It feels like that we're experiencing some late game fights, but EXCEL are just dominating at every single opportunity. Engage starts off from Limit. Noah gets away to safety. Peach then throws out the ultimate. It's the front line to soak things up. That becomes the target for EXCEL. Oscarinin does a good job of buying time on the backline. Look at that 3-man knocker, but the rest of his team can't really offer assistance as EXCEL chases the kill. Here though, knockup from Daisy onto Odo. Noah sees a window where he can get a pick. Unfortunately, that baits Fnatic to overextend, and then Abbedagge and Limit become unleashed.
Was quite nice. The kills for EXCEL initially. The poke back almost turned the fight, but Humanoid couldn't get that kill onto Abbedagge. The knockback just in time. I think he might have cancelled one of his auto attacks, but nevertheless, EXCEL have the Baron now. Odo no TP, neither does Abbedagge. They're both towards mid. Looks like they're going to go for some kind of 1-4 here with Tristana alone in that lane up against Humanoid.
Oscar's been so shut out of this game as well. He's still only level 12 to Odo's level 14, meaning that his passive really hasn't come online at all. Hasn't even upgraded his own mythic. Never mind anyone else's. Nature's Glass coming out. This is just trying to force Fnatic away. The equalizer used as well, but the shield and the heals from the Ivern enough. Alongside that locket, but Abbedagge having a field day with the mid lane inhibitor tower. He'll pull that one down brick by brick as it does fall. EXCEL now can push it. Daisy smited. Peach just trying to deal with it. Trigger Seed once again on it. Daisy will fall. EXCEL can push forward and take the tier 2. Abbedagge continues to put pressure in the mid lane. Ocean Drake alive. EXCEL will turn their eyes towards it. Will be their 3rd dragon of the game.
A lot of breakthrough items available as well for EXCEL. Rabadon's ready for Odo, perhaps in base, and you can see Abbedagge getting close to that Bloodthirster, so it's not going to get any better for Fnatic at this point. They put themselves on soul point here now are EXCEL, and Baron will run out in 40 seconds, so no more towers to take, but EXCEL will just rinse and repeat, control the top side, go for Drake when it's up, and if Fnatic make a mistake, they'll try to end the game. They can siege top if they use the Rumble and Maokai ult to push them back. Shield though now complete for Patrik, just to make sure he's safe.
The only important thing there for Fnatic is that they haven't actually lost an inhibitor as of yet. They did lose the inhib tower in the mid lane, but no supers will be pushing in. And as you say, Caedrel, this Baron going to expire in 16 seconds time. A 4,000 gold lead off it, or gold advantage off it for EXCEL. I'm pretty sure they'll be happy with that. And as you also mentioned, item spikes coming out for their lineup. Rabadon's now complete on Odoamne. 3 items as well on Patrik and Abbedagge. They are in an incredibly powerful position right now.
They are. Now it's just a matter of keeping this pressure up. No objectives are going to be alive for a while, but with the gold lead that EXCEL have, there's nothing really for them to worry about. The ultimate going to come through.
Trymbi flashes away. Glacial Fissure has been used. Odo, the equalizer from so far away. Razork forced to flash. Redemption heals him up above half HP. Call of the Forge God now being used as Fnatic look to collapse and Limit. Maybe a little bit overextended. Pulls back with the Fate's Call. We are seeing some signs of life from this Fnatic comp, especially the healing and the shielding that can come down from a Redemption Moonstone Renewer on Razork.
But 3 ultimates are gone now from Fnatic, so EXCEL, they shouldn't be that afraid of continuing their siege. Of course, the waves aren't in a fantastic position right now, but this Rumble ultimate's going to come off cooldown very quickly. Peach's ultimate is already back up. It looks like, okay, for now, EXCEL, They're going to choose to disengage. They're going to back off for now. They're going to take their time. All right, so they're going to wait for these next objectives to spawn. 2 minutes until the Baron. Just gives more opportunities for Fnatic to find a pick. But to be honest, again, we come back to this gold difference. We come back to the experience and randomization difference. EXCEL should feel so strong right now. The only way they really throw this game is if the Baron gets stolen. Or perhaps if something like an Elder can be brought onto the table, then maybe Fnatic can find a way to steal it and turn this game around. But so far in every single fight we've seen, it's been an EXCEL-sided one.
You can see a 2-level average advantage for EXCEL. Alongside that, they're holding 56% of the combat gold in the game. Fnatic will be making a miracle out of something if they can find a way back. Obviously, their poke is effective. You know, 3 items on a Jayce is nothing to be sniffed at, especially when you have squishy members like a Trist, like a Kalista, but they have a strong front line and they have some lifesteal in their items, so unless that poke is matched by continued pressure, Fnatic won't be able to actually make any of that damage stick.
Maybe looking for an engage here.
Equalizer going on to Razork, he's got no flash, remember, in the tree is felled. Oscarinin in the next target for EXCEL as they look to just pick up 2. The rest of Fnatic are able to escape, but EXCEL might not be done yet. They're looking at least for the inhibitor.
Can they push for an end? Ezreal ult is down for a little while. Should get it back up if he can stack that passive and get cooldown down. Midwave's coming through. They could try and end on it, but they're lacking a couple of ultimates. Maybe going to look for a bot inhib as the wave is around there. I mean, their easy objective here is just to go towards Baron. But they are hovering on the spot side of the map, maybe looking to take away the red buff, then take that reset, and then fight the Baron. But again, easy kills for EXCEL. Razork, no flash. Rumble ult, Alistar combo, and he's gone.
Nice engage once again from EXCEL onto Razork. I saw that Rumble ultimate and I thought, oh, that seems a bit whiff, it seems a bit awkward. I thought they would try and throw it onto the entire Fnatic team, but the goal was very much to find themselves a pick.
Long way back here.
Yeah, this is a much earlier engage, where they tried to force, and this is when they burned that flash away from Razork. The re-engage then came through from Fnatic, but then Limit, of course, brought to safety. That was not the replay they wanted to show. But the Baron has now been secured. Yeah, that's why he lost his flash.
And there's the Baron for EXCEL. And I will say, lads, EXCEL have played so well that I think it's like a little beyond comprehension how much they're beating Fnatic by in these games. Like, it's been so one-sided. Yep. It has been so good from EXCEL, and Fnatic have really been found wanting in these games.
Yeah, during the regular season, EXCEL's was 5-4, I think. They didn't look like they stood out or shone at all in the best of ones, and everyone thought G2 was just a tier above everyone else, and it would just be a bit of a mess from 2nd to 6th, 7th roughly. But now I feel like looking at the EXCEL G2 series, looking at Fnatic versus Heretics, and now EXCEL versus Fnatic, if this is a clean trio, I feel like it's EXCEL and G2 that are on another level.
I'd agree with you. EXCEL obviously still have to close this one out, and they're looking to do that as they go in once again. Oscarinin burned by the flames of Odoamne. Limit chucked into the middle of the team as well as Trymbi falls low. He flashes away, but already Humanoid's dead. And it is over, says Caedrel, and EXCEL seem to agree. They tank the towers a little bit too long there. They still have the Baron buff for 2 minutes, and they are looking for these Nexus towers. Fnatic still have Noah to defend, but Limit's trying to end that streak right now. The Nexus towers will begin to fall. EXCEL will take them, and they will be 1 game away from the finals.
And locking themselves in the season finals. Let's not forget, if they were to lose this best of 5, they're out for the rest of the year. So such an important series for them. And they look cool, calm, and collected underneath this pressure, making sure that everyone's on the same page. We actually favored Fnatic in the last 2 drafts, saying that their team fight might be superior. They've got a lot of poke, they've got a lot of front to back, but EXCEL, with their lanes at least, are just getting ahead with the pushing lanes and managing to collapse onto objectives first.
It's just incredible play all around. I've said it so many times, I'm going to try to stop saying wow, but I really am.
It's wow.
I keep being impressed. Like, it's impressive with the fact that it feels like, as you rightly said earlier, Caedrel, they've just kind of come almost out of nowhere. Not that it wasn't expected that they couldn't make a good run throughout the group stages, but for them to be as competitive as they have been here in the top 4, I think has surprised all of us beyond comprehension. We thought that that best of 5 between G2 was close. We didn't realize that this is what the result of that would be. An impressive run, and EXCEL, the organization that struggled to qualify for playoffs for the first time in their history, are 1 step away from securing a spot in the Summer Split finals.
10th, and then maybe the finals. What a run. What a run for them as a team. What a run for all their players as well. For Fnatic, back to the drawing board, it seems. We're going to hear from our analysts how they think the next game will go and whether Fnatic can manage to strike back.
But first, we're going to a break.
It is a break.